mind that we can. Welcome to Istanbul. Istanbul, Istanbul. A place to be. Istanbul, home of wisdom. Istanbul, oh yeah, Istanbul. Oh, Istanbul, Istanbul. Oh, Istanbul.
Changing lives, creating impact. So I you should not sleep nor slumber. Creating minds, active hands, be the change we want. We are Crema Africa. Changing lives, creating impact. So I you should not sleep nor slumber. Creating minds, active hands, be the change we want. We are Crema Africa, inspiring visions in the African song. Inspiring visions, we are Crema Africa, inspiring visions in the African song. Inspiring visions, we are Crema Africa. Lord, we ask for grace to change our nation. We ask for grace to change Africa. We ask for grace to change young lives, one youth at a time. We are Crema Africa. Lord, we ask for grace to change our nation. We ask for grace to change Africa. We ask for grace to change young lives, one youth at a time. We are Crema Africa, inspiring visions, African song. Inspiring visions, we are Crema Africa, inspiring visions, the African song. Inspiring visions, we are Crema Africa, inspiring visions in the African song. Inspiring visions. We are Crema Africa.
Thank you all. So right now, we'd love you to join the Crema volunteer team to recite the charge. Media, please. Just look at the screen. I am the light. 1, 2, let's go. I am a light. I was not born to be hidden. I was born to shine. I will never be small. Greatness is already in me, by default, by design, by destiny. My voice matters. My story matters. My life is a solution to someone's problem. I know who I am. I am the voice to the voiceless. I am the voice to nations. I am the light in dark places. I am the fire in cold rooms. The world will hear me. I will rise. I will speak. I will lead. Let the earth make room, because yeah, I come. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful seat.
Istanbul. Welcome to Istanbul. Istanbul. A place to be. Istanbul. Istanbul. Home of wisdom.
Now we are going to have a display of Wisdom Room 38 edition, sorry. We will receive it from the media. Those who were not able to attend, this is the opportunity to have a clue of what was taught. Thank you all so much.
Crema Africa. Crema Africa. So let's hear from the last person, the guy at the extreme end. Please, you tell us your name and your expectations for today.
I'm by name Asungai Confidence.
Wow, confidence. So what are your expectations? Confidence.
The main reason I came here is because I'm hungry for knowledge, and I believe that.
Did we all hear that? Did we all hear that? He said he's hungry for knowledge. Please can we give it up for confidence? Once more, thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing with us your expectations. We so much believe that your expectations are not just going to be met, they are going to be surpassed. So right now, we're going to have the next activity. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we make welcome on stage the Crema Africa volunteers for the Crema Africa anthem and the charge. Please, let's continue clapping till they make their way on stage.
Crema Africa, creative mind, active hand. Welcome to Istanbul. Istanbul, Istanbul. I'm blessed to be Istanbul. Home of wisdom, Istanbul. Oh yeah, Istanbul.
Not your first time, right? So I'd like to hear from you. What exactly stands out for you when it comes to the wisdom room? What else to do? You are already in nursery 2, nursery 3, class 1, class 2, already following a predetermined path. Until you graduate with your PhD and you're 24, then you struggle to figure out what life is, and you're struggling from one job to another, one activity to another, and all of that. And before you know it, you are 50. 50 and filthy. No clarity in life. You don't yet know what your purpose is, what you have to do. So what is the greatest gift that you can receive? It's clarity. Clarity. Knowing exactly what you have to do with your life. That's clarity. Do you know what you want to do with your life right now? Do you know exactly the future that you want? Are you doing what you have to do in order to meet up with that future? I was just celebrating someone I saw a few days ago. And this person, 30, and has already bailed quite a lot. Although this person was complaining that they have few things, trying to set up this and that, I was saying, you've had the greatest gift of all. Understanding your identity, having clarity about your life, what you're supposed to do, and you start building in your 20s. Or before you get to your 20s. The greatest gift someone can ever give you. The most important person in your life is the one that leads you to light. The place where you find yourself so that you can start building early. Only early starters end up as stars. Only early builders end up great. Do you know the greatest asset you have right now? Is your youth. You are in a very strategic season of your life. Very strategic. You are in the season where I advise people to go all out, make the mistakes, learn your lessons, because another season is coming when you will not be able to make mistakes. Do you understand? This is when you have to go out, make mistakes, figure out what you have to do, believe something, stop believing it, develop passion for something. When you discover that it's not working, you stop. Because you will not have that liberty as you grow older. Other responsibilities will come on you, and you will not even have the time to search. So rather than being pressured about things that you don't have, this is when you should invest in getting clarity. So I've had many people come to me and they ask me, and they tell me they want to do a business. So I ask them, what business do you want to do? And someone is going to tell me, oh, I want to sell shoes, I want to sell dresses, I want to sell hair. I have one question I always ask. Will it be relevant in the next 5 years? That thing you are trying to do, will it be relevant in the next 10 years? Do you see yourself doing this thing in the next 10 years? If not, why are you doing it now? 26th of July, we are celebrating 6 years anniversary. But I did not start teaching 6 years ago. Maybe like 3 years earlier. Imagine by now I'm still trying to figure out if I have to teach and train people and raise people, or I have to sell pop-off and beans, or I have to do banking and finance. But if you discover what you are supposed to do early, what happens? You start building at 22. By the time you are 30, you have already built a structure. Yes, if you want to clap, you can clap. Clapping is free, actually. So when you see someone who is probably 30 and they've already built a company, they didn't start building when they were 29. So this is not the stage where you're looking for cash. This is the stage where you're looking for what will bring you cash, and it's value that attracts cash. So the misconception that many of you have, you're under pressure for the wrong things. Are you here or you went home? You're under pressure for the wrong things. When someone says you need money, the question is, what is money? What is money? Do you need money? What is money? What is money? Money is value. So you spend time creating so much value so that you are able to attract money. Do you understand? No one should deceive you. This is not the season of your life where you go looking for a job to give you money. Listen to my statement. This is not when you look for a job to give you money. If you're looking for a job, you're looking for a job to give you experience. A job to give you connections. A job to give you capacity. A job to give you lessons. So that you build yourself to become a valuable person, or you're able to build something valuable that can then attract a good name and the cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to receive a remarkable woman of purpose and impact. She is a passionate youth empowerment advocate, a certified public speaker who has trained over 5,000 minds. She is a visionary leader, the founder of Crema Africa, the heart behind the Reza Care Foundation, and the proprietor of the Africa Institute of Purpose and Leadership. She has dedicated her entire life to mentoring, training, and transforming lives across communities. Her commitment to leadership and social impact has echoed far and wide, earning her well-deserved honors through the Cameroon Heroes Impact Award. Today, we celebrate not just her achievements, but her heart for service and her relentless drive for positive change. Please, with a standing ovation, let us celebrate and welcome this amazing, inspiring, and impactful woman.
House full of impact. Western Bro, Western Bro. Western Bro, Western Bro. Western Bro, house full of impact. Western Bro, Western Bro.
Rise up. And we are. All right, so we're going to be on our feet and we're going to say that with a lot of energy. Are you ready? Light bearers. Yeah, please, let's all stand on our feet. Light bearers. Say with some energy. Light bearers
Rise up. And we are. Can you put your hands together for yourselves? Please have your seat. I am Coach Arnold and one of the directors at Crema Africa. At this very moment, I will be leading you for a short networking session. I know most of you seated where you are, you have not spoken to the person seated by your side. Is that true? Is that true? Am I lying, yes or yes? True or we? So this moment, we'll have a musical in the background, and I would love you to leave your seat, walk up to the person at the end of the hall, and say hi to the person. Let the person know your name. Let the person know what you study in school if you're a student. If you're a worker, let the person know what you do. If you're single, let the person know. And every other good detail, right? So the sound department, please give us a little musical as we carry on this exercise. Are you ready? Meet as many people as you can. Collect their numbers. Don't be scared. Make sure you tell them you're the next big thing. That is how you sell your confidence. All right, let's go.
one. Today, we celebrate not just her achievements, but her heart for service and her relentless drive for positive change. Please, with a standing ovation, let us celebrate and welcome this amazing, inspiring, and impactful woman. The one,
Welcome to Wisdom Room 39th edition.
the only, Lady Risa.
You see, you don't always get rewarded just for the things you do. Mostly, your reward comes from the things you sacrifice for. It's always easy to do things, but when it comes to the point where you have to do it out of your convenience, then that's a sacrifice. There are a lot of people that would have been here, but they're not here for one reason. Do you know what that is? Because of the rain. But you beat that excuse and you came despite the rain, so you should be proud of yourself. And that shows that nothing is going to stop you from succeeding. Because any challenge and any excuse that presents itself, you're going to beat it still. Right? That's amazing. Please have a wonderful seat. We are going to have an amazing session today like every other time. We're going to have an amazing session today like every other time. We're going to continue learning from where we stopped last week. It's very important for us to learn, get knowledge, get understanding, and all of that. How many of you have my book, 10 Lessons That Changed My Life? If you have read the book, how many? You should read it. If you haven't, you should read it. It's very important. Knowledge is important. Whatever you don't know controls your outcome even without your permission. So it's very important that you are conscious. It's very important that you know. Earlier in church this morning, a scripture from the Bible, it really, it came differently to me. You know, when the Bible says, God speaking, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Say, because they have rejected knowledge, I'll reject them. Then it opened my eyes to see that opportunities are rejecting you because of rejecting you because you have rejected knowledge. Everything you don't have is a reflection of something you don't know. Are you with me? Say, anything I don't have is a reflection of something I don't know. And I know you're going to school, so it makes consciously and create impact. If you're here for your first time, can you wave? If this is your first time. Oh, that's amazing. Please clap for them. How to live consciously and create impact. Do you remember the session? This week I was studying on something. If I have your attention, please wave. This is your first time, relax. Learn as much as you can. This week I was studying on something. I was so worried and concerned, and I was studying on why people don't grow, even when they are exposed to the right knowledge. And I had so many points, but one of the points that really got to me was that people easily forget. People easily forget. So we could be celebrating that we've had 39 editions of the Wisdom Room, and you can't remember what was taught in the first edition. We could be celebrating you've attended 15 seminars, 20 seminars, 30 seminars, but you cannot remember what was taught in those seminars. Some of you go to church, and when you leave the door, you forget what the pastor said. Immediately you forget. Am I just speaking to myself or for everybody? So I started analyzing our teachings and the sessions at the wisdom room, trying to compare it with the impact on ground. Because sometimes when I sit on counseling and I'm talking with people, I begin to ask myself, this worry you have, we have addressed it at the wisdom room. How come? How do you have this worry? We've thought about this. We've addressed different topics. We had a series on purpose discovery, public speaking, discovering yourself, understanding your money world. But when the result does not match the knowledge or the information that is being released, it means something is intercepting it somewhere. So my assignment for the week was to try and identify those interceptors. What is, if I want to give you water to drink, and every time you're still crying, you're thirsty, it means something is wrong, right? Because I'm pouring water and you have a cup, but you are thirsty. It means something is blocking the flow at some point. And one of the things I noticed, I did deep thinking and research. One of the things I noticed is that people easily forget. People easily forget. Do you know it said that you need to say something new 21 times for someone to hear it or to remember it? At least 21 times. So you've come for the first session and we've thought about purpose. You go back and you're like, this is amazing. Before getting to your door, you're forgetting what you learned at the wisdom. So I was concerned about it. Why are the results not matching the information? Something is wrong. So something is wrong from the teacher's side and from the student side. From the student side, which one should we start with? Student side or teacher side? Student side. From the student side, you need to intentionally create systems that help you to remember. If you don't have those systems, you will never be able to make use of the knowledge that you're receiving. Intentionally. You need to intentionally create systems. Intentionally create systems. May I say that with the You need to intentionally. See, you will soon attend every seminar and listen to every podcast and even have the biggest, greatest mentors, but realize that your life is not still producing results because there is one work that you're not doing at your end. You need to create systems that help you to remember. What are some of those systems? Who knows? What are some of those systems you can create? Yes. Set goals. Oh, yeah. Take down notes. Take down notes before I come to you. Taking down notes is one thing because some of you are professional secretaries. Most students in school only read when it's time for exam. In fact, if the school system was structured in a way that there is no CA, there's no exam, you will never open that book. Immediately you leave the class, you never. And see, this is where the concern is. You have taken that attitude into life. So your pastor could be as an anointed teacher, your mentor could be a sound teacher, but you are not producing any result because you have not created systems that helps you to remember. From the side of the student. So you copy notes. What the next thing that you do? And you go back to the notes. What else do you do?
active mind, active hand.
Go back to releasing on what they thought. Rewatch and listen. Yes. That's very important. You see, because sometimes during a session like this, so much information can be poured out within a short period of time. So one of the things you need to intentionally do is that when you leave the session, you go back to the rebroadcast. We're always live. And you watch again. When you're watching, you ask yourself if you really attended the wisdom room, because there will be so many things you're hearing that you didn't hear while you were sitting there. Simple. With every activity, we're going to continue in a bit. Please, can you give us 2 minutes? 2 minutes.
Welcome to Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room. A place to be. Wisdom Room. Home of wisdom. Wisdom Room. Oh yes, Wisdom Room. Oh, it's covering Wisdom Room. Oh, Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room. Welcome to Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room. A place to be. Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room. Home of wisdom and all the Wisdom Room. Wisdom Room.
we good? So, how to live consciously and create impact. And I was telling you one of the reasons why people don't reflect the information that they're exposed to. Are we together? Are you sure? If you're here, say yes. One of the reasons why people are unable to implement, or people don't reflect. So there are two things that happen. That happens. If you see someone that is not achieving anything, the first thing is that there is something they don't know, right? The second is that probably they are not doing what they know or what they have been exposed to. See, if you fail in this generation, you will apologize to the last generation. Because this era is called the knowledge era. There is information everywhere. No, I had my first phone in Form 5 when I passed GCE, and it was even Choronko. It was Choronko. Like when we saw people using a type of phone that did not have buttons, it was a miracle. Like your phone does not have buttons. How are you manipulating it? And they say you just need to press and press and press. It was a miracle. If you want to get any information, you visit the library or get it from a newspaper. You will not be able to understand. That was like 1940 something. My age changes every wisdom. Person between 1940 and 1970. Around that area. So those people were not as exposed to data, were not as exposed to information as we are. The unfortunate or the bad part about information is that you are too exposed, but then it becomes too overwhelming and you're unable to use it. And among the different reasons, like I said, you have not created systems that helps you to remember the things you learn. Then I started thinking about all the powerful teachings we've had. Remember the wisdom room when we talked about the laws of life? What are the laws of life? Law of this, law of that. Some of you cannot even remember, and you were there, that session. So on your part, you create systems. Okay, you copy notes, you read the notes, you go through the sessions, but most importantly, you try to act on the things you hear. So I'm watching a podcast session, and this man is sharing his story. I shared with the volunteers during one of our sessions. This man says many years ago in 1994 or so, he was in a conference abroad. And he was young at that time and very enthusiastic, all about youth empowerment, teaching people and all of that. And that's what he's still doing today. And someone approached him and said, "Oh, I see you. I see your passion. It's commendable. Wow, that's amazing. But do you want to hear the truth?" The man said yes. He said, "You're tired. One day you'll be tired." The man said, "No, I cannot get tired. I'm passionate. I want to change the world. I want people to." I said, "Okay." Then this is the man explaining the story. He said at some point, he really got tired. And why did he get tired? Because you see people that have listened to you for 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 4 years, 5 years, and their lives are still not changed. So your teaching is powerful, but their lives are not changing. And he says one of the lessons he learned from that time, 1994 till now, is that most of the people whose life don't change never act on the things they hear. No, did I say most? That's a mistake. All of the people whose lives don't change, that's because they never act on the things they hear. You never try to put it into practice. What have I learned today? How are the lessons you are learning shaping your daily reality? Because there is atmospheric excitement. You know that, right? When you are in a place, you hear something and you're like, this is powerful, great. But you go back to your normal routines. You still sleep and wake up at 1. You're still on your phone all day. You're still not. It's just easier to go back to your comfort zone. It's just easier to go back to your daily routine. And then when it's Saturday, you remember there's wisdom room on Sunday. Then you look for where your wisdom room is. Wisdom room book is. Then you dust it. Pick up a pen. And you rush to come and say, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I'm showing you now. Because I see many of you getting disappointed in time to come. Saying that, does this really work? Because I've been attending these seminars, listening to this podcast, but my life is not changing. Your life only changes in response to the actions that you take. Action is a proof of knowledge. Your life only changes based on the actions that you take. So what do you do when you receive knowledge? After writing it down, listening to it, you ask yourself, what can I do in response to what I have heard? So you always sit down with yourself at the end of every day. I do that every night before I sleep. Okay, I had an entire 24 hours. What did I accomplish today? Apart from sleeping and eating. What did I learn recently, and how am I implementing the things that I've learned? There is no luck when it comes to success. Tell your neighbor. Tap the neighbor. Let the neighbor be active. No, there is no luck. There is no luck. There is no luck. Cyprian, never you sit in your one room, kitchen and toilet that your parents have rented for you, and assume that someone succeeding in a certain area is succeeding because they have some form of advantage that you don't have access to. Don't make that assumption. If someone is succeeding in an area, they are doing something you're not doing. Do you understand? Do you understand? So this man says, one of the things I noticed is that there are people that have followed me for 10 years that never act on the things they receive, and they are in every meeting. They're in every meeting. If you have attended just 5 out of 39 sessions of the wisdom room, is that not enough knowledge for you to have written your first book? Even if just your family members read it. At least McDonald wrote the book. You see, when I saw the book, I was like, Nami give the advice. Nami. At least he wrote a book. At least. So, he was explaining further to say, the actions that you take help you to become. There are people that are listening and they are not becoming because they are not acting on the things that they hear. Which come are you? You've heard about environment and how keeping the wrong friends influences your environment. How listening to the wrong people, how following. What have you done differently in response to the information that you've received? Those are daily reality checks that you make to be sure that you're on the right path. Daily reality checks. You need to consciously and intentionally do it. Because you see, the way we study in school, the school system, right? It does not help you to really do practical applications like this. So in most of your schools, you're only giving notes that you need to master so that you write your CA. And your level of intelligence is graded based on your CA marks, not even on anything practical you have done. So you think the same happens in life. When I left the university, few months later, I shouted. I told someone that after university, after you have your masters, you come back to nursery one of life. There's one person that is understanding me today. Even if no one is understanding, Sonita. She's graduating and the realities of life are hitting her. She's coming for counseling back to back. She almost opened a prison. She said she wants to do anything. She said, not do. I can even operate people with blade, anything. I can open my own prison. So you're understanding now. Because realities are changing. So change happens when you are becoming, not just listening. The little actions that you take. So the school system doesn't really help us much. Most of us, in some of our schools, it doesn't help us much because you just listen, write an exam, and you leave. One of my teachers advised us when I went to him and I was like, this course is difficult. He said, difficult? A course difficult? Don't you know the formula? I said, sir, what's the formula? He said, cram, release, and forget. That's what he said. And he said, cram it. When you're done writing, forget. But you cannot implement the same thing in life. Ask yourself every day, what am I doing with what I know? Because we will no longer celebrate you in this generation for what you know. Words have become so cheap. So cheap. That even someone that has not gone to school can write a letter, write an application with grammar using AI. Did you see the voice note that was trending? I read one voice note. So someone sent message to a teacher to say, Manka passed her papers. She wrote very well. You saw it. So why did you fail Manka? The teacher sent voice note. That Manka cannot speak English. But in the exam paper, Manka was speaking grammar, like irreversible, like that no. He had to fail Manka because the Manka he knows cannot even speak English. Say until Manka said to conclude with the above analysis, he said the teacher said no. I know Manka. Manka does not know English. So words were cheap is now, if you stand and if they say send your CV. Some of you, if you send your CV. Look at Zippy now. So we have seminar projects at our leadership school. And one of the teams sent their seminar flyer. I could not recognize anybody on the flyer. I was asking them, where are the members of this team? I could recognize the names, but not the faces. AI pictures, all. All. So we are getting to that stage when it's not your grammar. You know, I'm a university graduate. I have PhD, LFD, CSD. What have you done? You explain a lot when there's no result on ground. How do you know a potential successful person is in how many times they have failed? You're too afraid to fail. What if you start the business without your 50,000 and the business does not work? You start another one. What if you write the book and nobody reads it? You read it, at least you have one reader. What if you make the post and nobody likes it? You like it. You write 10 comments under the post. But just make sure that you are doing something You are acting on what you are receiving. If not, you will end up like those intellectual old grandpas, speaking grammar. No, think about it. We went to do an outreach.
Crema Africa,
And I give you my secret.
really the mind that depends.